Well, I just went outside and I saw that the sage seed is ready to collect. So I'm gonna go harvest some sage seed, and I thought I would just show you where it is, because that's one of the hardest things about collecting seed is finding the seed. Sometimes it's where the flower was, sometimes it's not. So I thought I'd do a real quick video and show you where it is. All right. Not because I'm worried about a bunch of little sage plants popping up underneath this one. I'm not worried about that at all. I just wanted to catch some so that I could start some from seed and plant more plants in other parts of the garden. So a while back I did a video on how beautiful this plant was with all of the blooms all over it. And here is what it looked like right here. And where these flowers were, so the flowers are still there, but now where the flowers have been gone for a while, in a little, oh, that one's falling off. So that's how you know when it's time to pick it, when they start falling down to the ground. So this is how nature reseeds itself. Those would not be good to take right there because they're still not ready. They need to go through a kind of a drying out process. Some of these right here are still a little bit green, but then there's some that are ready. They're just kind of falling off. Like if I were to shake this bush, I see a lot of them falling. They're falling off. And this is how nature automatically reseeds itself. They just fall to the ground and then they form new plants. So you can see here, this one's a lot more dried up looking, and these are a little bit more green. I've been really watching these, so you can see inside this cup right here that there's a seed that's starting to turn brown. But if I look at one of these where the flower has just recently fallen off, you can see they're still green. And I don't want to collect those because they're not quite ready. Ones that are browner, those are the ones that are going to be the most ready. When they're ready to just fall out of that little cup and fall down to the ground, then that's when they're ready. That's when nature is telling us, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to go. Oops, there's one that's just fallen off. Let's take some of these into the house and I'll show you what I mean. So you can take a colander and then just any kind of a bowl, and the seeds they'll go through here, but the other plant material won't. I could go ahead and just kind of strip some of these off. And as always, not waste anything, I'm going to put that in my compost bucket. If I let these seeds dry out just a little bit more, they'll probably fall out a lot easier. Sometimes, depending on the seed, I might use something like that, but these seeds are big enough that they would not go through there. Yeah. These probably need to dry out just a little bit more. I went ahead and grabbed some sage so that I can just keep it in my kitchen fresh, which is what I always like to do. And I didn't have any, I used it all. So I got myself a fresh glass of water, and I am going to pull these lower leaves off, just like I've done with my other herb videos that I've done. And, whoops, having a problem holding all of these. I'm just gonna pull off those bottom leaves just to make sure there's no leaves that are under the water, because that'll make everything deteriorate faster. And I'm just gonna put it in the water. So again, as always, I wanna make sure that there's no leaves under the water here. I'm gonna put these in my windowsill, and probably in a few weeks, I'm gonna have a ton of roots from this. So but I'm gonna put it in a little pot with some soil, and then once it starts to develop roots, or once it gets a good root ball on it, then I will go put it in my garden wherever I decide to put it. So yeah, so now I have a couple of choices. I can start it from seed, or I can, it's not a root cutting, it's a cutting that will develop roots over time. So yeah, it smells so good. And I love to put these in flower arrangements as well. Just so pretty. If you liked it, be sure and give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who's really into or wants to learn about seed collecting, share. There's a little share button down here. Okay, so that will do it for this one. See you in the next one. Bye for now.